Let's be real. When a woman isn't truly interested in you, she usually won't come out and say it directly. Instead, she'll play subtle mind games that leave you confused, second-guessing yourself, and wondering what went wrong. It's not always about being manipulative. Sometimes it's just how women deal with disinterest or uncertainty. But if you don't recognize these signs early, you'll end up chasing someone who was never emotionally invested in the first place. Here's the uncomfortable truth most men don't want to hear. When a woman likes you, you'll know. It'll be obvious. You won't have to decode her messages, analyze her tone, or beg for consistency. But when she doesn't like you, she'll leave breadcrumbs, half-hearted effort, and emotional confusion that keep you hanging on, hoping she'll come around. That's where these mind games come in. Women don't always ghost directly. They test your awareness. They'll withdraw just enough to make you question yourself, but not enough to make you leave. They'll act interested one day and cold the next because deep down they enjoy the attention, but don't want the responsibility that comes with your emotional investment. This video is about decoding that behavior. We're not here to bash women. We're here to help you see through the confusion, stop wasting your energy, and protect your peace. Once you understand how these mind games work, you'll stop chasing mixed signals and start focusing on women who actually reciprocate your interest. Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, we break down real relationship dynamics that help men see things clearly, think differently, and handle women with more confidence and emotional control. So, if you've ever found yourself overthinking a woman's behavior or wondering why her actions don't match her words, this one's for you. 1. She gives you just enough. She gives you just enough attention to keep you hooked. Attention to keep you hooked. This is one of the most common mind games women play when they're not really into you. Giving you just enough attention to keep you hanging around, but never enough to move things forward. Here's how it usually looks. She texts you back, but hours later. She compliments you once in a while, but never takes things deeper. She agrees to see you, but cancels at the last minute with a sorry, something came up. It's a push and pull that keeps you hoping for more, but never getting clarity. And that's the point. When a woman isn't fully interested, she doesn't want to lose your attention completely. She just doesn't want to invest in you either. You become her ego boost. You're there to make her feel desirable, wanted, and validated, especially when other options aren't giving her attention. But she'll never actually give you the energy or consistency that comes with genuine attraction. The reason this works so well is because most men fall for the little signs of interest. You start to think, she replied, so maybe she likes me. Or, she smiled at my story. Maybe there's still a chance. But what you don't see is that she's managing your level of interest, not building real connection. It's like she's holding a fishing rod. She throws the bait, reels you in just a bit, and when you get too close, she loosens the line again. The more inconsistent she is, the more you chase. Because now you're emotionally hooked on the potential, not the reality. A woman who truly likes you doesn't make you guess. Her communication feels consistent, not calculated. She's warm, responsive, and she shows up. When she's interested, there's no confusion about where you stand. So, here's the mindset shift. Stop mistaking breadcrumbs for effort. Stop assuming some attention means interest. Real interest is consistent. Real attraction doesn't need strategy. The moment you start noticing that you're doing most of the chasing, most of the initiating, or most of the emotional investment, that's your cue to step back. Because the truth is, the more you reward inconsistency with effort, the more she'll keep you in that loop. But the moment you go quiet and stop chasing her little bits of attention, you'll see her true interest level. A woman who actually cares will meet your energy. A woman who doesn't will fade away completely. 2, she acts confused about what she wants, confused about what she wants. When a woman tells you she's not sure what she wants right now, or that she's just confused, it often sounds like honesty. But in reality, it's one of the oldest and most subtle mind games women play when they're not truly interested. Here's what's really going on. When a woman genuinely likes you, her emotions guide her decisions, not confusion. She wants to see you, she wants to talk to you, and she makes time for it. There's a clarity, even if things move slowly. But when she's not fully into you, she'll often use confusion as a cover for her lack of attraction. The "I'm not ready" or "I need to figure myself out" lines sound reasonable, but they're often just a polite way of saying, "I don't feel that spark, but I don't want to say it directly." It allows her to step back without seeming cold, while still keeping the door slightly open in case she changes her mind later. Now, here's why this can really mess with men. You start thinking, maybe if I just give her time, she'll come around. Or worse, if I can show her I'm different, maybe she'll realize I'm the one. That's exactly how you get trapped. Waiting, hoping, and constantly trying to prove your worth to someone who isn't emotionally available. Her confusion keeps you emotionally stuck. You hesitate to walk away because she didn't completely reject you. She just left you hanging with uncertainty. It's a soft rejection that feels open-ended. But it's not. If a woman is truly into you, you won't have to decode her feelings. You won't hear mixed signals like, "I really like you, but I'm just not ready." Or, "You're amazing, but I need space." Genuine attraction brings clarity and effort, not excuses. 3. She uses flirting as a distraction. She uses flirting as a distraction. This one confuses a lot of men because when a woman flirts, it feels like interest. She touches your arm, smiles a lot, compliments you, and maybe even sends late-night messages that sound suggestive. Naturally, you think she's into you. But here's the truth. Most men don't want to accept. Some women flirt not because they like you, but because they like the attention you give them in return. Flirting is one of the most effective mind games a woman can use when she's not genuinely interested. It gives you just enough hope to stay engaged, but never enough consistency to actually move things forward. She'll flirt, then disappear. She'll act jealous one day, then distant the next. She's not building a connection. She's maintaining control. When she senses your attention drifting away, she'll drop a flirty comment or message to pull you back in, and you respond. Because as a man, it's easy to mistake flirtation for emotional interest. You start thinking, she's just shy or she's warming up slowly. But the truth is, some women flirt just to keep you emotionally invested while they look elsewhere or enjoy the ego boost. Flirting without real intention is a soft manipulation. It's how she keeps you orbiting around her, liking her posts, replying to her stories, complimenting her pictures, while she puts her real energy into the man she actually wants. It's not always malicious, but it is strategic. Women understand how powerful attention is, and they know most men crave just a little sign of approval to keep chasing. If you notice she flirts but never follows through, she avoids alone time, dodges direct plans, or constantly keeps the conversation playful but surface level, that's your sign. She's playing the emotional teaser game. You feel drawn in, but she never gives you anything real. 4, she gives you. She gives you mixed signals, on purpose. Mixed signals, on purpose. Mixed signals are one of the most confusing and emotionally draining games women play when they're not really interested, but they still want to keep you around. One moment she's warm, smiling, texting you all day, even talking about seeing you again. The next, she's cold, distant, taking hours to reply and acting like you're barely a thought in her day. You start overthinking everything, wondering what you said wrong or how you can fix it. But here's the truth. You didn't do anything wrong. She's just not that interested. And the inconsistency is part of her control strategy. When a woman gives mixed signals, she's not confused. You are, and that's the point. It keeps you chasing, questioning, and trying harder. You start thinking, maybe if I show her I care more, she'll open up again. But she won't, because this push-pull dynamic is how she keeps the power. Women know exactly what they're doing when they shift their energy. The warmth gets you hooked. The distance makes you chase, and the return of her attention makes you feel rewarded, like you've finally done something right. It's emotional conditioning. You end up addicted to her inconsistency, waiting for those rare moments when she gives you a little attention. Again, here's what most men miss. Genuine interest doesn't confuse you. A woman who truly likes you is consistent. She makes time, she communicates clearly, and she doesn't need to keep you guessing. Mixed signals only happen when she's unsure, not serious, or emotionally unavailable, yet still wants validation or entertainment. The worst thing you can do when a woman sends mixed signals is to start trying to decode them. That's what she subconsciously wants, for you to put her at the center of your thoughts while she gives you crumbs of attention. Instead, the best response is emotional detachment. Match her energy, not her words. If she pulls away, don't chase. If she's inconsistent, don't overinvest. She pretends to be busy, but still watches you 5. She pretends to be busy, but still watches you. This one drives men crazy because it feels like she's saying, "I'm not interested," but acting like she still cares. You stop hearing from her as much. She tells you she's so busy or just not in a good place for dating right now. Yet, she still views your stories, likes your posts, or keeps tabs on you through mutual friends. It's confusing because her words say one thing, but her behavior suggests another. When a woman pretends to be busy, it's not always because she's genuinely occupied. Many times it's a deliberate way to distance herself without completely cutting you off. She doesn't want to be with you, but she also doesn't want to feel like she lost your attention. So, she stays close enough to keep you curious, but far enough to avoid accountability. Imagine this. You text her and she takes days to reply. But somehow she's online liking memes, posting selfies, or replying to other people's comments. Then when you finally stop reaching out, she suddenly pops up again. "Hey, stranger," or "How have you been?" It's not coincidence, it's a pattern. She's playing the "I'm busy, but not gone" game to test if you're still emotionally available to her. This tactic is about ego preservation. She wants to feel wanted, even by men she doesn't plan to date. When you stop chasing, she feels that loss of attention and it bothers her. Not because she misses you, but because she misses being wanted by you. So, she'll reappear just enough to stir your emotions, maybe reignite a little hope and remind herself she still has influence over you. Here's what separates confident men from confused ones. A confident man doesn't chase after someone who claims to be too busy. He takes her words at face value and walks away. The moment you stop giving her the reassurance that she still matters, she starts to feel the emptiness of her own game. That's when her curiosity spikes, and often she'll circle back, wondering why you no longer seem affected by her absence. 6. She talks about other men to test. You talks about other men to test you. One of the oldest and most effective mind games women play when they're not truly interested is talking about other men, subtly or directly. She might bring up a guy friend, mention how someone asked her out, or casually talk about her ex. It's not random. It's a deliberate move to gauge your emotional reaction, your confidence level, and how much power she has over your feelings. When a woman does this, she's testing your frame. She wants to see if you'll get jealous, insecure, or start competing for her attention. If you do, she knows she's got you emotionally hooked. Because when a man reacts emotionally to another man's presence, it tells her she still has control over his thoughts. This tactic often comes out when she's losing interest or doesn't feel strong attraction, but still wants validation. Talking about other men shifts the dynamic. Suddenly, you're trying to prove your worth, trying to show her why you're better, or subtly adjusting your behavior to win her back. That's exactly what she wants. It gives her ego a boost and lets her keep you emotionally invested without having to give anything real in return. Here's what most men don't realize. When a woman truly likes you, she avoids mentioning other men around you. She doesn't want to risk losing your interest or making you feel like competition exists. But when she's not that into you, mentioning other guys becomes a tool to spark jealousy, to keep you guessing, or to make herself feel more desirable. So when she drops a name or says, "Oh, this guy keeps texting me," don't take the bait. Never fall into the trap of competing or showing insecurity. Smile, stay calm, and keep your composure. That calm, grounded energy will tell her everything she needs to know, that her words don't control your emotions. And trust me, that's when the power dynamic shifts back to you. 7, she keeps you. She keeps you around as backup attention around as backup attention. This is one of the most frustrating and emotionally draining games a woman can play when she's not truly interested in you. But she doesn't want to let you go either. She keeps you close enough to feel wanted, but never close enough for anything real to develop. You become her backup attention, the guy she reaches out to when she's bored, lonely, or when the man she actually wants isn't giving her what she needs. You'll notice she contacts you randomly, late at night, after days of silence, or when she's having relationship problems with someone else. She might say things like, "I miss talking to you," or "You're the only one who understands me." And while it sounds sincere, her actions never match her words. She doesn't make plans, she doesn't prioritize you, and she disappears again once her emotional void is filled. It's harsh, but this game isn't about connection. It's about convenience. She knows you'll answer, she knows you'll listen, and she knows you still have hope that maybe this time she'll see your value. That's what keeps her ego comfortable. She gets the attention, reassurance, and comfort of having someone who cares without having to give anything back. Here's the part men need to understand. Women only keep backup attention around when they know that man won't walk away. If she knows she can text you after ignoring you for weeks and you'll respond with warmth, she sees you as emotionally available, but not a challenge. She may even like you, but she doesn't respect you enough to choose you. That's why the solution isn't confrontation, it's distance. When you stop responding to her emotional check-ins, when you stop being her safe place after she's been ignoring you, she feels the absence. That's when she realizes she can't use you for comfort anymore. And ironically, that's often when she starts wondering why you're suddenly so detached. Here's conclusion. The hard truth most men don't want to face: when a woman plays mind games, it's rarely random. It's communication without words. Every delayed text, mixed signal, and fake flirtation is her way of showing disinterest without directly rejecting you. The problem is, too many men ignore those signs because they'd rather chase hope than face reality. But here's the controversial truth. The moment you stop reacting to her games, you stop being her entertainment. Most women don't expect men to catch on. They expect you to keep chasing, explaining, and proving your worth because that's what most men do. The minute you walk away from confusion, silence, and inconsistency, you immediately separate yourself from the crowd. You become the man who can't be manipulated. And that's when she either respects you or regrets losing you. So if you recognize these 7 games, the hot and cold behavior, the fake busyness, the jealousy tests, or the sudden emotional check-ins, take it as your wake-up call. You can't build attraction through confusion. You build it through clarity, boundaries, and self-respect. The men who get played are the ones who keep entertaining uncertainty. The men who win are the ones who know when to stop talking and walk away. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever noticed a woman playing any of these games with you? How did you handle it? Drop your thoughts and stories in the comments below. I read everyone, and I'll be replying to a few personally. Let's talk about it.